Endeavor is a global venture capital firm that is transforming emerging and underserved markets by building thriving entrepreneurial ecosystems. And today we're diving deep into the world of innovation and impact with members of the Endeavor community, right here on Taking Stock. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about SRTX if they might not know?
SRTX is a materials and manufacturing innovation platform based out of Canada, and we're best known for SRTX, which are practically unbreakable tights.
And what motivated you with this concept? I have to say that I have a pair and I absolutely love them.
I'm so glad.
They're really indestructible, even if you take scissors to them.
Yeah, you can literally pull at them as hard as you possibly can and you won't break them.
Oh, so what was your motivation to really finding this concept and creating such a durable material?
My background is actually in hardware and manufacturing and software, and I spent years working with founders that were building the next connected device, and I became a little bit jaded, honestly, because it seemed like so much technology we were working on was technology for technology's sake. It didn't really solve a problem. And with SRTX, I really wanted to start with a problem first and then find a technology to solve it. And what we realized was that in a world with self-driving cars and space travel, you shouldn't have silly problems like a pair of tights that don't even last a day. Why can't we use technology to solve this too? So we took a ballistic grade polymer, miniaturized it, and put it in apparel for the very first time. And that's how we get the incredible strength out of our knits.
But how did you go about balancing these fabrics and materials while also balancing consumer expectations?
The core principle behind what we were doing was, how do we make sure that the product is almost indistinguishable from a product not made without this innovation? Because it has to have the same comfort. It has to be something that the consumer is still getting the utility out of. And I don't even know if I thought that it would be possible when I started out, but when we finally got to the final prototypes 2 years into our R&D, it was just remarkable how close to a regular pair of tights our tights really were. We can basically match any textile, but have these miraculous properties of being super strong and super lightweight. And I think that's the magic behind innovation, is you can find new materials and you can really change performance while still giving consumers the benefits they're looking for.
Now, as a manufacturing and materials company, what sort of challenges did you face when sort of sourcing the kind of materials for normally what is such a delicate product?
It was extremely hard. So the types of fibers that are used in tights and most fine textiles are extremely fine. They're the finest yarns that you'll ever find. So while bulletproof vests and climbing equipment may have had ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene in them before, it was never made at these very, very fine deniers. And that introduces a host of issues at the manufacturing level to get consistency. It's also extremely difficult to get the pricing and the unit economics that you're looking for. And then it's hard for any machine to work with. All the first machines we worked with broke on the first sight of this type of fiber. So these days we actually make all of our own ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene in our facility in Montreal. So we do everything from powder to product.
Wow.
So we're really the only textile company in the world that starts with powder and then ends up with a textile at the end.
Now, let's talk about consumer feedback that you got from SRTX. How have you implemented their sort of feedback into your overall growth strategy?
One thing that we've been extremely grateful for is that most of our customers just fall in love with the technology, and after that can't imagine using anything else. But 80% of our customers will never try another pair of tights after they end up trying SRTX. They'll just keep coming back to our brand. And that for us has given us confidence that this technology will replace all tights. The way that nylon started in nylons or tights in the 40s, and then spandex started in tights in the 50s, we believe ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene is starting in tights, but much like nylon and spandex are in pretty much everything you and I are wearing today, we believe in 10, 20 years, ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene will also be in everything that we wear, making it more durable, more sustainable, and also lighter weight.
And talk to me more about some of the key partnerships who you work with.
We have some very exciting partnerships that came out this year. We used to be almost entirely D2C. This year, we now make tights for H&M, for Skims. You can find us in Costco. It's really been just an explosion for the brand over the course of the last year. Some of the other partners that you'll find us in are Macy's, Nordstrom, Steve Madden, and hopefully anytime you find a pair of tights in the future, it will be SRTX technology. And that's our goal. We want every single pair of tights everywhere you are, that you reach for it. And you know, it's not going to be disposable. It's going to be a long-lasting pair.
Love it. Well, thank you so much, Katherine, for joining me on Taking Stock. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.